Hello everyone, Timely Manor here, back in another video. This time is the Ferrari Daytona Sp3. Now first of all, I just have to give a quick shout out to Brickthebrick, who has provided me with these beautiful gold wheels for the Ferrari Daytona Sp3, which has made this MOC possible. I've been really wanting to make a Ferrari Daytona Sp3 update using a green color scheme with gold wheels, because I saw that from the Instagram account of First Motors in Dubai, who is currently having one of these Ferrari Daytona Sp3s in this color scheme on sale. And I just thought it was such a beautiful color scheme for the car, very unique, very exotic, that I wanted to recreate it in Lego. And as it turns out, when I did some research on this, this color scheme is inspired by some of the liveries for the Ferrari racers racing prototypes of the 1960s. And I just thought it was such a unique color for Ferrari racing, especially given that obviously we think of always red for Ferrari and we don't really think of green and gold. It's such a strange combination, but I think it totally works because green also plays well with the yellow color, and that's important for Ferrari because yellow is of course the color of the logos, and you can see the big Scuderia shields on the sides, and of course the badge on the front. Now, speaking of the front, let's start with the front, and this is why I've called this car, if you see my Instagram, my tribute to the G Bricks, because you can clearly see the influence that he has had on this MOC. If you've seen his Daytona Sp3 MOC that came out a few years ago, he has a similar way of sort of producing the blades of the car, these carbon fiber blades at the front of the car, which are very distinct for the Ferrari Daytona Sp3, and I wanted to capture that just using some of the newer pieces here, using the shorter wedge tile piece here, and also capturing these the open-eyed look of the Ferrari Daytona Sp3. Actually, instead of showing you a picture of the real car, I actually have a scale model of the real car. So that's what the front of the car looks like, with the eyes open, the eyelids open, and I think it just looks very nice, very sort of aggressive and focused. And I wanted to capture some of that as well. Now, if you're familiar with the real car, of course, you know that the eyelids can close, and I have an alternate build for that, which I will show you later on in the video. But first, I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that I wanted to capture in the front of the car. The front of the car is really the most important and unique element of the MOC, in my opinion. The thing that I wanted to capture the most is the combination of the mouth. So the mouth of the car has to have this sort of frown, because these sections here in the real car go downwards and outwards instead of just going straight down, which is difficult to capture in Lego form when you have to also consider that this section has to curve inwards as well. And that was really enabled by some of the new elements that have come out this year. You can see also the grille of the car with the Ferrari logo underneath, which is very distinctive, a signature for a lot of Ferraris. And that sticker there is the exact same sticker for the grille in the Ferrari 812 Competizione set that came out a few years ago. I didn't cut that sticker at all, actually. It just fit perfectly into that panel piece, so I was really glad about that. And then the second thing that was really important to me is capturing not just the carbon fiber blades, but the very thin gap that is between the hood and the mouth of the car. I can show you what that looks like again on the real car here. You can see the thing I was talking about with both the shape of the mouth being a bit of a frown, and also that very thin line that separates the hood of the car and the mouth of the car. And of course, you can see the little Ferrari logo that's in the mesh grille as well. So that was very important to capture, and that was actually, again, enabled by some of the new pieces in 2025. This is one of the 2x6 bracket pieces that came out in one of the F1 car transporter sets in March of this year, I believe, and that was instrumental in getting that to work. Of course, here I was also able to capture the daytime running lights that are underneath the carbon fiber blades. I was really happy about that. And here as well, you can see the two vents that are on the hood of the car. Again, if I show you the real car, you can see the two vents present there, and very prominent. They're big vents, right? So it's important for me to capture that as well. Now I'm going to show you the alternate build where I can show you the eyes being closed. And here we have it, as if by magic. I've just edited the video so that I've cut out where I've changed the build. and you can see the eyes are closed here, and I've replaced the transparent pieces as well. And if I show you the real car with the eyelids closed, I think it's about as close as I can get at this scale, but I'm pretty happy with it. And this build of the car is a lot more reminiscent of my previous Ferrari Daytona Sp3 MOC, which was also simulating the closed eyelids as well. But you can see, of course, the daytime running lights are still very much visible underneath the carbon fiber blades. Now, I want to talk about the canopy and the interior as well. So here you can see this black section here just underneath the glass canopy. That's also, again, found in the real thing. If you look at the canopy there, you've got a bit of black outline around the canopy as well, which I think is just a sort of artistic touch that expands artificially the length of the cabin, right? It makes the cockpit just look that little bit more like it's a fighter jet with those very long and narrow cockpits. Here, of course, you've got the mirrors right on top of the fenders, which is really important, just like a real car. And then underneath that, there's a slope that leads down to the air intakes as well, that go deep inside along the sides of the doors and into the engine, the naturally aspirated V12, which is very important. Of course, one of the main things about the cockpit is it has to have that sort of bubble style cockpit, and to achieve that, I've used this technique a couple of times before in some of my other builds and in also my previous Ferrari Daytona Sp3 MOC, using this sort of black wedge piece that goes up just to round off the ends of the Lego Speed Champions canopy piece. And I've used some of these new wedge tiles as well, just to give that extra kick of green to cover up that gap as well, which I was really happy about. And here you can see two minifigures sitting comfortably inside. Actually, they're not even attached at all because the space is very tight, but you can see I fit in full two minifigures in there. So I was really happy about that. Now here at the rear, at the sides as well, you can see these pieces here, these curved slopes are from the Aston Martin Speed Champion set that came out last year. I've just erased some of the prints on the bigger wedge slope here. The upside down building on the sides as well, to increase that thickness of the sides by 1 plate width compared to my old build, which added actually a lot of complication as well. And you can also see this sort of one of the main distinctive features, in my opinion, of the Ferrari Daytona Sp3 is the fact that the body of it is just so sort of smooth and sculpted. So we've got these smooth lines here that meet at this point here. Even the wedge plates and tiles that are underneath meet at that point right there, giving that smooth sculpted look. In addition to that, of course, the fender that goes over the wheels, the rear wheels, again, very smooth and sculpted in terms of how it looks. And here as well, we've got these new wedge pieces that go far inwards to give that very teardrop look when you combine it with, of course, the canopy itself. And here at the top of the engine bay, we have the engine bay cover, which has the slats to let out some cooling, along with the gap on the sides as well, which is a very subtle detail. But if I show you the real car, if it will fit on camera at the rear, yep, you can see that there is a very slight gap, and that is also for additional cooling along the sides of that sort of frame there as well. And of course, that small glass panel there just to get a little peek into the engine. Here at the rear, we've got the very distinctive slats that, again, is all to do with cooling, letting as much air out as possible, but also giving it a very stylish look. And of course, the print of the Ferrari symbol, which was also included in the Ferrari 812 Competizione set. We've got some nice chrome exhausts and a big diffuser as well. So that is an overview of the Ferrari Daytona Sp3, the latest version of the car that I've made. Again, thank you so much to Brickthebrick for providing me with these beautiful gold wheels that have really made this MOC possible. And also, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for watching all my recent videos. If you have the Centenario, the Sion, and now the Daytona SP3.